All right, the recording has started.
Okay, I'm Crystal again. So if we can do quick introductions, because it takes me a while to remember names, so it's helpful. And I wasn't here last time, so I really need to know everybody's names.
Okay. Thank you, my lord. My name is Emma. I help with the transition for the PTO, and I have a first grader who goes to EDI in that DLI program.
My name is Dino, and kids call me Señor Herrera or Mr. Herrera, and I'm completing admin hours for my license. So I'm very happy to be here, and if you need anything from me, I'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lois Selmy, and I'm the assistant principal here at Milwaukie, Puente. And just really happy to be here. I was also out last time, so looking forward to collaborating.
I'm Bridget Bell, and I'm secretary of PTO this year.
Hello, my name is Jessica. I have two kids at El Puente in first grade and third grade in the DLI program.
Hi everybody, my name is Jeannie Diaz, and I have a second grader in the DLI program.
Hi, I'm Heidi. I'm the treasurer, and my kids are in kindergarten and third grade in DLI.
And I'm Ashley. My kids are, I like to introduce my kids before myself apparently. My kids are in fourth grade and sixth grade, Hank and Gus, and I'm the vice president of PTO.
Why don't we start online?
Do you want to introduce yourself, Karen?
Yeah, I know a little bit.
My name is Anna, and I have my fifth grader, Amari, and all her little besties that come over, which are my kids when they're over here around in different classes as well.
Hello.
I'll start. I'm Jeremy. My daughter's Viviana. She's in Miss Brown's fourth grade class. I'm her father.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else can just jump in, give us your name.
Yeah, we are Henry and Wayne, has Alex. Alexander Quat in Mr. Geo class for kindergarten. Good to meet you all.
Good to meet you.
You too. Thanks for being here.
I'll go. Oh, here we go. My name's Matthew Baxter. My daughter's in fourth grade too, Miss Brown's class. Was missed last week's, and I totally forgot that it's live too. So I guess next month I'll be live.
Nice.
Me too.
My name is Regina Barraza Pyland, and my son Ezra is a first grader.
Welcome too.
I'm Sarah. I have a kindergartner, Luca, in my Jill's class.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, I can go next. My name is Marina, and I have a third grader, Adela, in Maestra Sara's class, and a kinder in Maestra Jill's class. His name is Paolo.
Welcome.
Christina, did you want to introduce yourself? Okay. All right. And I'll come out here.
Hi, I'm Karen. I'm your volunteer coordinator and your tech person for doing the hybrid.
And my child is in fourth grade in Maestra Maddie's.
My name's Andrea. I just joined, so sorry for being a few minutes late. And I have a kindergartner in Miss Evan's class named Amara.
Welcome.
All right, unless there's anybody else that we missed.
Not that I can see.
Okay, let's start with our principal reports. And Ms. Ducesi could not be here, but you can give us the report card.
Hello, yes. I just have actually just more announcements. So Parent Square will be sending us some conference sign-up sheets in November. So be on the lookout for that. And this year conferences are in person or virtual, so your choice. We also sent out a newsletter yesterday. Hopefully you got a chance to see that, and particularly wanted to just emphasize the volunteer section of the newsletter, and we would love to have as many volunteers as possible, so start signing up for that. And then Jogathon, looking forward to hearing more about that. It was really wonderful to have our families and students here on campus, so we're really excited to see everyone. Any questions for me that I can possibly answer?
Any questions about volunteering or anything?
And you can use the chat too, and I can ask them.
And again, it's embedded in the newsletter as well, and so you're also welcome to go on there.
I do have a question about some of the volunteer events. Is there potential months slated for the different volunteer activities? Because I'm just schedule-wise, like I would love to participate and do, be a part of some of the volunteer activities, but it would be helpful to know like the time frame and kind of the months that some of these might take place.
Okay. So like PTO related or more classroom specific?
I think some of like the bigger events, like I know that there were, it's not coming to me now, but there was like a list of events that you said that we, you're really needing volunteers for to really be able to do those activities.
Okay. Yeah, we can work on that.
Yeah, we can talk about those a little later in the agenda with what we need for PTO events and kind of what months they are and what the time frame could look like. So we'll get there in a moment.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. I haven't met you before, and I'm Mr. Okiki, and I was just curious if you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So I actually am working here in Milwaukie, Puente, and the Puente Elementary School, so part-time 0.5 here and 0.5 there. Yeah, just really excited to be here. I am conversational in Spanish, which is quite helpful. And I also speak Serbian. It was interesting. I asked students 2 days ago, I said, where do you think, what country? Where do you think Serbian? And I got all sorts of answers. I got Russia, China. Oh, maybe it's Mexico. Then I got Siberia. I said, oh, okay, that's getting closer, but not quite. That's in Serbia. And they're like, oh, duh. Necessarily doesn't, that doesn't always apply, that rule doesn't always work. So, yeah, I got 4 boys. My oldest is 15, and my youngest is 3. So, yeah, 4 boys is all I have to say. Got it. Just like I said, just really, really excited to be here, get to know the students, the families. Starting with being able to, just knowing the student's name, right, and then making relationships as well, and building on from there. So, it's quite exciting so far.
Thank you. All right, let's go to financials. So treasurer.
Okay. We're starting to have money come in, which is exciting, and not a ton going out. So I have questions. I don't have the budget to hand out, but I have one to look around at.
You want to announce how much money we've counted so
Well,
far?
I feel like Crystal should.
Reveal later.
I feel like Crystal should announce that number.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for Jogathon, we raised an incredible amount, and we're not even done counting the pledges yet. We still have more to go. But so far we have brought in $16,000. Like that's crazy. I know. So our little students, I don't know, they just went out and they got pledges and they ran their
Wow,
little,
that's amazing.
like got a chance to come, like had a chance to come, but it was amazing. It was super cute. It was just a lot of fun. It was a joy to put on, and I'm super excited about this giant amount because that means we can fix up our little indoor courtyard area. I guess that's the best way I can describe it.
Courtyard makes it sound very fancy.
Yeah, and it's not fancy right now, but it will be later. So we have money for that. So there are some railings that need to go in to make it safe for our students, and then some planter boxes, some benches. We're going to ask, the teachers what they want to see out there, but it's a space that wasn't being used that now we can use it as a learning space. And so that'll be really exciting. Any questions about Jogathon?
Is that a lot more money than in past years? I'm just curious.
We haven't had a full outdoor running Jogathon in years. Since before COVID. We didn't run last year, right? No. So yeah, last year we didn't have one. The year before we did it online, and I don't remember the totals for that. So the last time we had a full like running normal one, I think we were at about 16, 17. We traditionally raise a lot of money in Jogathon, and that's how we've been able to fund the futsal court. We got a new sound system in our gym put in. And so all of this money goes to our bigger projects, and that's where it goes to fund our classroom supports also. So when teachers ask for special projects, they want to go on a field trip, or, they need something new in their classroom, that's what this money goes for. So our music teacher just got this cool new digital book that you can play your recorder to. So every year teachers ask for different things. So this money goes to fund some of those things also.
Yeah, so we've had 2 teacher requests so far this year.
One was an easy one. That was just a visual clock. Any other questions about Jogathon? Still need somebody to take it over for next year. So here's my little plug. If you haven't filled out the volunteer kind of interest form online, please do, because I'm going to start reaching out to those people with, you said you're interested, let's do that.
Where can people find that online?
That is it was sent out in Parent Square on Tuesday, I believe.
And you can find it in the newsletter, I'm pretty sure.
So not the school newsletter, but the PTO newsletter. So there are 2 newsletters, one from the school and one from PTO. Both are posted. I tend to post both on the PTO Facebook page also. And we'll talk more about volunteer opportunities in a moment. I'm going to go to the next item unless there's anything else. So next is our swag, our school store that we run online twice a year. We just had our fall one. It closed a little while back, but everything is being delivered tomorrow. And so your kids will probably go home with whatever you ordered on Monday or Tuesday. So if you ordered cute little Puma gear, it's coming to you real soon.
I have a question. So my daughter goes to after school care, and we bought stuff for like grandparents and so I'm just like, is there another way that we can get stuff so that she doesn't like her backpack's already so big?
Because it's you, I will try to pull it out. If you need it pulled out, let me know. But I also, you have to hook up with me because I don't want to bombard the office staff with leaving everybody's child's things in the office. So we have to coordinate to find a time when we can, get the supplies or the orders to you. The next online order that we do is in the spring. So there's always one design in the fall and then another design that goes out in the spring. The spring order is normally around March-ish, March, April, and you get it kind of the end of May, middle of May-ish. But we do have a little rolling cart now that has all of our merch on it. And when we have events, we will try to roll it out to those events, kind of like we did at Carnival. So we'll roll it out and we'll have our square reader and you can purchase shirts, water bottles, lanyards. We have some stickers. And I just did another small order of shirts that will be available. Because last time people wanted certain sizes and we didn't have any, but now we do have those sizes. Any other questions about apparel? Still looking for somebody to take that over too. That's also my job. All right.
Crystal, before moving on, can you tell people really quickly how easy and wonderful and fun the apparel job is, so that by next year someone's really going to want it?
Or sooner than next year. Preferably sooner. It's super easy. Like the online orders, it's all done online. You connect with her name's Jen with the company. You email back and forth and she says, oh, you haven't made your minimum order yet. And so if minimum orders don't get met, then our orders get canceled. But that hasn't happened yet. So that's good. So basically she just says, all right, this is the day it's going to be delivered. It gets delivered to the school. You come in and it's all packaged. It's prepackaged. The only things that aren't prepackaged are the water bottles. So you come into school, you go to the PTO closet, pull out the water bottles, and oh, Johnny needs a water bottle. You slip it in his bag, and then you deliver those bags to the teachers, and the teachers hand them out to the kids. So it's super easy. And you would be in charge of, when possible, coming and manning the cart at times at different events. And if you can't be there, that's fine. There's plenty of us that can help also. So really it's just coordinating with Jen and helping to pass out orders when they come in. Does that answer it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we talked about the courtyard space. So that's next on our agenda.
What are our next steps on that?
So that I need Karina for, unless you know.
I do not.
Okay.
So if you know if there's something specific you want.
So there were some next steps that we had discussed last year, and I know one was getting the railing in, and that railing was, there was a cheaper one for $4,000 and a sturdier, it wasn't cheap, like, well, it was cheaper. It was $4,000 and it was like a chain link railing, or just a chain that would prevent kids from going down the stairs. The other one is more of a thicker bar, and that one was $7,000. It seemed a little safer to me.
Way safer.
So it was like a double bar. So that one I preferred, and if we can all just give me a thumbs up on the screen if we're okay with using PTO funds to go for the more expensive one instead of what felt to me to be safer. The district said either one, but I prefer to get the bigger one. Oh, we have a question.
I think that's the person. Anna, are you raising your hand or are you putting your thumb up?
Sorry, I was trying to put my thumb up. I'm still trying to figure out this whole thing.
It's okay.
I'm there for the helping with the bottles and all that. I'm at the school anyway. I'll be there.
Perfect. So we're going.
For those that's not familiar with the courtyard project, can you describe it a little bit? Because I'm not sure what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's. Karen, and this may be too last minute for you. Is there a way for you to pull up pictures on that?
Jeremy, are you asking a question or a thumbs up?
I can try and pull it up.
Well, I have it on here, but that way.
Pictures of.
There's a
Where
dock
is it?
in the drive that says garden/courtyard.
Under what?
If you search it at top, I'm not sure what it's even under.
Garden.
Oh, it's under fundraising.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
And it does
Oh.
look like Jeremy has a question.
Do you want to ask your question?
Is to speak.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm not sure when my turn is to speak.
When I asked if you had a question or not.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure about the whole project in general. I'm not familiar with it. This is my first meeting. So I'm trying to get an idea of it. So I'm completely in the dark about it.
No problem. Lots of people are probably in the dark. So we brought it up last year. There's an indoor courtyard space that's over on the north side by the 4th grade classrooms. And I think pictures are coming up now. So they're kind of small, sorry. But it's just this, and I can show you guys here in a bit, or I can pull it up now. It's this little kind of rundown outdoor space inside our building. So it's as if like there was an O, and the center of the O is like a random little courtyard. But our school isn't an O, but so it's this random little space that doesn't get used. And there's a window, you can walk by it and see it. There's a door to it. I think some of this, maybe Krista's class, can still see up into it from her classroom.
So it's not this space, right?
It's
on
not
that
this
side.
space, no. It's back this way. Yeah, it's on the side of, like, you would never even know it's there. But it's really not a used space. And, you know, I think it'd be a good, and Karina talked about this last year, a good learning space for kids. Or maybe if you needed to reset and take a little break out there, that might be good too. There you go, that looks nice.
So essentially it's an atrium.
It's not covered though. It's open to the outside. Like there's no roof.
Okay.
Can you describe the railing? Where would the railing be?
The railing, if you scroll down to the next picture, so the railing would be there. Sorry, there's a glare because there's a window there, but there's stairs that go down. And so there'd be like a railing and a gate there to prevent the kids from going down. So it just drops straight down.
And they wanted to just, were they just going to put bars over the top or?
So a railing, kind of like the one that's in the background. There's, so you see how it pulls them up and point really quick. So don't mind my glare, but right here, there's a big drop off. So there's railings back here. So they put these ones around this area and then a gate and a door that goes right here.
Oh. Yeah, Jeremy?
Would there be any way to get these photos emailed over? I am picking my daughter up from school tomorrow, and I would like to view the area myself.
So you want the photos emailed so you can come and see the space? Is that what I heard?
Correct.
I can do one better. There is,
she's gonna put the link in there, I bet.
Yep.
I also do plan to put them in the newsletter or just a general email out, like this is what Jogathon raised, this is what we're fixing up. So pictures will go out, maybe better ones without a glare.
That would be fantastic.
And you want to push on the second link, not the first one, sorry.
All right, any other questions about courtyard stuff? We have other stuff on our agenda. I want to be mindful of time.
So it sounds like the next step is you've got to talk more to Karina. But we decided tonight to not block the stairs off with a chain. We're going to block the stairs off with like a nice bar railing.
Yes. And if anyone has like a real big interest in gardening or this courtyard space and wants to be the lead of this, let me know. Because really, you're just helping to plan and facilitate it. And then you come here, you would tell us about the budget and this is what I think it's going to be. We want to do this, this, and this. And then you would just be the point person that talks to the rest of us. So if you love gardening or courtyard spaces, working with our principal, then this job's for you. So speaking of jobs, let's talk about volunteering. So hopefully everyone out there has gone ahead and done their background check and done all the other requirements, brought in your COVID card or your exemption, because ideally I would love to have more events. We had lots of parents at Jogathon saying, this is great, I love this. And I was like, this is also great, but we need parents in order to put these things on. If you saw the letter that came out, I think Tuesday, PTO puts on our events. This school does Title I night. And I think that's all. Anything else? That's all. So everything else is led by PTO. So bingo nights, movie nights, we haven't had those. We can have them. I just need some people to step up and take charge of them. Title I night is a night, it changes every year, honestly. And I don't know what the school, have you guys started planning for that yet?
Started talking about it. It's either focused, most of the time it's focused on beach, so something around Milwaukie. So we'll see what it is this year.
So sometimes we partner up with them and do something with them. Sometimes we don't. Like one time we partnered with them and did our bingo night with Title I night, and then we gave out books. Right before COVID hit, we were going to do something at the Milwaukie Library because it was brand new and it was very exciting, and then everything shut down. So it's, yeah, I don't know what that is going to look like just yet. But there are lots of other activities that we need help for or help with. And some, they can be done at home. Like if you are really good at Excel and want to work on the student directory, that can be done at home. And that would take like less than an hour, probably. Dining for Dinero, that's where we've had one this year. And we haven't had any other ones because I don't have the time to schedule them. And really all you have to do is call some restaurants or fill out some online forms and set them up. And then most of the restaurants give you a flyer. And so we push that flyer out through Parent Square. Sometimes you print out the flyer and you stick it in teachers' boxes. So that way the kids can take a flyer home, because some restaurants require the paper flyer. So there's different ways to do that. But again, that's a super easy job. And that's one you don't even have to have your background check for, because it's not during the school day, it's at home. So if you're still waiting for that, not that I don't want you to get it, but if you're still waiting for that, this is an easy job for you to do. And I already have a list of places that we've done in the past. And so you just have to go off of the list that's there.
It's not cold calling people and like asking them to participate in something. It's just calling a business that already does this as part of what they do and just setting a date with them.
And really I don't think I call anyone actually. I think they're all online. So they're all forms online. The one person I do call is the Five Guys lady, because she does all 3 locations one night. And so that's harder to figure out logistically. Every other place, it's just either a place in Clackamas or Milwaukie. But because there are 3 Five Guy locations, she just sets it up all for one night, and her system online doesn't let me do that.
Do we have one set up for this month or next month?
Nope.
What would be a good one to do this month or next month?
I don't remember. Like I have the template of like what we did traditionally on October and what we do November. An easy one is Chipotle.
Chipotle is always.
But most places you do have to ask like 3 weeks in advance. So we wouldn't. Oh, you have a volunteer for that? Awesome. I missed that pop up. Yes.
So I actually have a few, and I'm asking for their information while you guys are talking, so that we can go ahead and send them an email to give them some more details on what it is we're looking for.
Or can we put that other form in the chat so they can put it on there?
Well,
So-
this is all being recorded too, so that's why I'm just grabbing it this way
Gotcha.
because I don't want to interrupt or anything.
Okay.
And I've already put in the form that you asked for everyone to fill out already in the chat.
Oh, and we got love it, Chris.
So
The name.
yeah,
got
that was
somebody
for
for
something
garden
else. Like I
space.
said,
Yay,
I'm
Chris.
watching it. I've got it.
Got it. So, woohoo, we got volunteers. So that's a need now, and that's an easy thing, and it brings in money super easily. Last year, we did one every month, and that money went to supporting our students in the way of buying extra pants, extra little chonies and undies, and socks for like in the fall. So that's where that money went. Student directory bingo night is one that happens traditionally it's been December, but I'm flexible. You guys want to hold it in February? Let's go for it. I do have, I think we want to play Loteria as well this year. So it's bingo / Loteria. Same idea. You call out a picture in Loteria versus a number, and you're marking some spaces.
Quick question on that one.
Yeah.
Are we making it kid-friendly Loteria? Because
Yes.
if any of us have played Loteria, we understand what I'm asking.
So whoever wants to take this job on, my idea is to do something like we did with if your kid was in 3rd through 5th grade, they got the chance to design our Jogathon shirt. And so I would like to give students, have them make the card. So it has more of a community feel, so they can make, school supplies, and then we just label it in English and in Spanish. So whoever takes this job on, it's really, I can do the artsy piece of it, and you just have to pick the date, and hopefully you'll have a team, order the food, and be here for setup and cleanup. Because sometimes I just want to come and enjoy the activity also and not run it the whole time. So I sound kind of whiny and I'm sorry, but I just have to draw hard lines this year. Like I can't do it all. So there is bingo. Movie nights are another super easy one. We've had them like 3 times a year. In the fall, kind of winterish or winter themed movie, and then sometime in the spring. You literally come in, hit play on the computer, and sit back. We can roll out the swag cart. We buy popcorn from Cash and Carry, which has a new name now, and we just scoop it out in little boats and hand it to kids. We used to use the popcorn machine, but that thing is a beast, and it was like spurting out hot butter at you, and it's just unsafe. And it's a really pain to clean up. So
Purchase popcorn only.
yeah, just purchase popcorn. It's the easy way. And it's a community event, so we don't charge for it. Like if you same with bingo night, community event, we don't charge. The only thing we charge for is food. So if you depending on if you have pizza, then it's a cheap food, like you might get pizza, pop, and a cookie for like $2.50 or something. Well, prices have gone up in the last few years, but it's a reasonably priced meal for your family, or you can choose not to eat there. Same with the popcorn. There's nothing, we just give it out like hugs and kisses. What else is there? What else do we do? I think we do so many.
Well, winter sale is coming.
Yeah.
I've got my
Oh,
own
yes.
bullet point, so I can wait, but
We only have 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, fill out the online form. There's lots of things to do. But right now, we want somebody for Dining for Dinero, student directory, and if somebody wants to start movie nights and bingo back up and swag, those are like my 5. Like, let's get those down. And it looks like people are on that. So if you fill out that online form, some people already have. And so I'm just going to email everyone and be like, hey, everyone said they were interested. Let's start a committee. Who wants to take points?
boom, boom, boom.
Yes. And on to winter sales.
Actually,
sorry.
I was trying to say something on this
bulletin point, which is why I asked to have something added.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even see it. Sorry. I'm
Yep.
just going.
Mine was the first bulletin point. So just so everyone knows, this year how we're going to be doing volunteering is anytime that you volunteer within the school for anything for PTO, everything will be coming through the link on Help Counter. So if your background check, your COVID card are not in the system, you cannot sign up. You have to complete those things to be able to sign up. So, and it's a security thing, it's a liability issue, it's all of this. Yeah, Andrea.
My question is, how long does it take to go through? Because my husband is ahead of the game. And so he already did fill out everything, but I don't think he's heard anything about the approval. I still need to fill it out. So I will make sure that's a priority for me this week to start filling it out. But how long is it taking for those to come back?
So those take 2 to 6 weeks. And you have to also check your spam folder as well for that email from Help Counter.
Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. I'll make sure he checks it, and it may have not been 6 weeks, so I'll get on it, and we'll just stay tuned on his participation.
Okay.
Can I ask a follow-up for that? When the Help Counter responds with their email, is that saying that you also have turned in your vaccination card, or is it just
No, that
your
is
background?
just your background, and it's just an email, and it says that your background has been approved, and it gives you some extra information as well on some trainings that we ask you to do, and then it lets you know that you're approved or denied or anything like that. So there is that. But yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know because I have had some confusion, but everything will be coming through the Help Counter link being sent to you. And you need to make sure that you sign the new liability form from this year, and then that you have your COVID card or COVID exemption in.
Does the COVID card carry over from last year?
It does. If you've already put it in, then you're good. And your background is good for 3 years, and it will carry over every time. So does the liability form, unless we come out with a new one like we did this year. So
I think that's what's holding mine up as the new liability.
it should be really simple. You should just be able to download it and then send it to Katina Hewitt and fill it out electronically. If anybody needs any help or wants those forms or anything, please let me know. And I can get those to you.
Can I ask one other question?
Yeah.
So what's coming out in Help Counter? Like if we did like a potluck for our staff, would that come out through Help Counter also?
No, I would probably ask for getting them to put it through Parent Square because it's easier and faster.
Okay, so it's just the
because we're talking like during conferences, right? Yeah,
So
exactly.
I just wanted to clarify. So if it's something that like we're asking parents to do outside of school hours with kids during, then that might be through a different means, through Parent Square. Parent Square, Help Counter, 2 different things.
Like I said, during school hours, it will all come through Help Counter. Any more questions? All right, that's all I had.
Perfect. Sorry, I have 2 more things actually.
Go ahead.
See, this is why you need to look at the agenda. I'm sorry, folks. If you know Wix and want to help with our website, that would be super great too, because sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot to add the new link to this, or I didn't put up the Jogathon stuff. Like, stuff slips through the cracks with me, you know? So if you know Wix or know website stuff and just want to help with that, that would be awesome. And Puma Giving, we used to have that website. We can talk, or that Facebook group. We can talk about that next time. We can table that for next time. Now I'm just still sorry.
Okay. The next big thing that I'm involved in is the winter sale. We sell wreaths and we sell poinsettias. And we sell bags of coffee, like beans or ground. I think they were whole beans last year.
So last year, I think we used a Portland company for the coffee that we sold. So I would love it if we had a local coffee place, like a Milwaukie place. And so I did like a Google search, but it wasn't super useful because I'm bad at Googling. So does anybody have any connections to a Milwaukee-based company that sells coffee grounds? I feel like lots of that's a roaster. Yeah, lots of the coffee shops around in Milwaukee sell coffee grounds, but they're from companies from somewhere else. It's not like really a Milwaukee company. So any ideas before I just kind of go with what we had last year? Okay, I'll go back to the Google, and if I can find something Milwaukee, then great. Otherwise, we'll just use a Portland company. That's not the end of the world. So the next thing that we need to do is put out more information about buying, and then I will need help counting the money when it comes in, and then I'll need help actually distributing the things. So that's the part I'm most worried about is in sometime around Thanksgiving, we get all the wreaths and we get the poinsettias and we get the coffee, and then we just have to like alphabetize it by who ordered what, and then people just drive up and we just hand it to them. So it's really fun and easy. We crank it out in a few hours, and you just get to give people these beautiful wreaths. They're gorgeous. We're using the same
really
posts from last year. They're really nice. They're really, really good. Yeah, so that is the end of November that will happen. So we'll have another date to touch base. We'll have another PTO meeting to touch base, to have somebody who's willing to just show up and
when did they go on sale?
Things out.
I feel like they went on sale in late October last year.
I think it was, I have it on my list to do it like very early in November. Late October, or in the month of October, like we connect with the businesses, and I've already done that piece except the coffee. And then we got to get the flyer out. And then how long do we need to give people to make their sales?
2 weeks is always
2
nice
weeks.
if you're a procrastinator, or if you're somebody that like you need so you get paid on a certain date. So sometimes it's a window that like overlaps a 15th through the 1st or something.
Okay. All right, then maybe we'll shoot for getting the forms and stuff out November 1st, and then people have 2 weeks, get them back sometime around the 15th, and then send them out at the very end of the month. We'll hand them out. So
I just heard that Coralina was watching. So.
Oh.
Hi, Coralina.
So that's just the prep work, and then next meeting I'll say, here's the date, who wants to meet me at the school and help pass out the wreath.
Right, so you'll send something out with help counter for your needs, like what you want for pledge money counting and like all those dates and times.
Sure. Yeah, we'll connect. Great.
But if you need a planning committee, or do you need a planning committee?
It's so easy. I don't know that I need a planning committee, but I do have, I have a 4th grader. I'll be here next year.
But anyone that would like
anyone
to
who wants
shadow,
help me, I love all the help. If you want to help me get the forms together and get them out to folks, I would love all the help anyone wants to. Yeah, that'll be great.
She's gonna need help just by finishing Jogathon. It's nice to have people help.
Yeah,
even if it's just one.
All right, I'll put that out on help counter then.
All right.
All right. How much time do we have?
We're going to be
7
real
minutes.
fast. I'm going to be fast.
You're going to be fast.
I forgot to follow up with student directory. That has closed. So friends, please do not email me about, we're having a birthday party and I need that list. It's an opt-in system. So it was out there many different ways, many different times. So it's done. I will open it back up again, like in the spring before school ends, just to be like, hey, you might want to connect with these people during the summer. But I can't just on the whim be like, oh, let me do this, you know, for every email that comes in. I just don't have time. I'm sorry. I still love you guys. So that's that. Meet and greet comments from last meeting. The last meeting, we asked like why you were here, why you came, or suggestions or comments for the PTO, and I wanted to follow, you know, do some sort of follow-up around those. I didn't just want those lying around out there. So one suggestion is culturally specific activities, events that we can offer or hold as a PTO. I like this. I would love to hear ideas around this, and I'd love some volunteers around this. So if you have an idea, I think that is awesome. Let's see how we can fit this into what we do, or how we can modify what we do already to work into how this person envisions this. You guys have ideas, suggestions, comments on that? Comment?
I have a comment about just volunteering and having like this tiered system of like, when you have an idea but no leader, how to get involvement in that tier. And then at the bottom tier, it's like, okay, we have an idea, a date, and jobs. You just need to you need to volunteer yourself. So not super clear, but like I want to volunteer, but I don't want to necessarily be a leader and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you, I don't know,
And
mentally organizing that?
That's the hard part. And that's where this form is coming into play for me, at least. I take all those emails and I just kind of shoot out an email that says, hey, you guys said you were interested in this, possibly even willing to lead it. Let's start this conversation. And my hope is that somebody in that group email will be like, yes, I want to be the leader. I'll be like, awesome. You guys can figure out when you want to meet or email amongst yourselves to figure out how to get this done. So I'm hoping somebody in that group email will step up and be like, I got this. And, you know, I'm here. We're all here for support. If you're like, I've never run bingo night, I'm afraid to be the leader, but I can be. And then we can help you through that. Like we're not just throwing you out there to do it yourself. We are here to support you. People that have done it in the past or have been here in the past. Like I can support you. I just can't lead you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So
you're like the point person, and then you'll sort of integrate us into whatever stage we want to be in. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
So like something with Carnival is a good example, because there'll be a group that's planning it, and then there's going to be a bunch of sign-up jobs that come out of it. So there's some different levels.
Yeah,
Like
it
something
worked
like
really well last year. I was like super impressed.
from the focus.
That
But
was me too. I am
but
a little over plannery.
a new group devoted to cultural events. That's a whole thing. So now that's kind of a who's going to opt in and want to lead that. And even just putting a group together to start talking about what that might even be, and not even it could even just be at one meeting or committee that just looks at it and then it's like, oh, there's nothing there. We're ready to take it back to the bigger group.
Yeah.
But that's I think where the board is probably struggling a little bit, because we have all these things and there's not very many of us. And so we're just trying to get people to come in and help decide for the school and the PTO where's our focus going to be.
Okay. Thank you.
The next one said potluck, and I'm assuming that means for staff. Since COVID, it sounds like they're a bit more hesitant on potluck style things. So we have been just providing catered things. But I can revisit that with them. So if that person meant something else by potlucks, then let us know. Informational nights beyond Milwaukie or Puente, such as community partners, community colleges. I need more information about that, like what you envision as that. Like if you want them to come in and speak to us or speak to the school, or how you see that working. Um,
Oh, you have a question? Go ahead. Oh, where'd it go?
if you had a question, go ahead and speak.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was an accidental hand raise.
Oh.
It happens too.
So we're almost out of time. I just
Yep, there's one more thing.
Okay.
And it just says low stress family events, park meetups, hikes, dance nights, kinder parents, can kind of rally. Great ideas. I'm hoping this person wants to volunteer to set them up. We used to have kinder play dates like over the summer, and it just needs to be a parent to set them up. We post them on Facebook, so just come one, come all to this park, this date if you can. And I think they worked really well, but it was a parent, like it's always been a parent from kindergarten or like a first grade parent that kind of set those up. So if you want to take on a dance night or a hike or some sort of meetup, then, even if it's not through us, let us know and I can post it on Facebook for you. So if that's just something that your cohort grade level likes to do, then tell me a time and place and I'll put it on Facebook. I can put it in our newsletter. All right, friends, any other questions? We've got like 30 seconds or a minute. Oh, sorry, Siri's talking to me. No, thank you. So hopefully this answered some questions. Hopefully it got you excited for some more school events. I really want to have more things. I think it makes school so much more enjoyable for our kids. School is a fun place, and the more things we do, the funner it is for them, the more they get in, the more engagement we get from them, the more they want to come to school. We want kids at school learning and having a good time. We want these to be happy, fun memories and be lifelong learners and lovers of school and this environment. At least that's my goal.
My goal is the same, but for parents.
Parents too.
My goal, because honestly, the thing that I get most out of the community events that we have is getting to chit chat with other parents, and like my kids are off playing, enjoying the event, and that's great for them. I'm in it for me. Just wanted to put that out.
Yes.
Is there going to be a readathon this year?
Yeah. Okay.
When does that usually happen?
Ooh,
I didn't do it last year with she was first grade last year.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it for some reason. I don't know. Yeah,
It happens around Read Across America. So March 2nd, I believe that is.
Do we do any events around that, or is it purely like an online thing?
There traditionally has been like a book character day, like a dress up day, a spirit day. So hopefully, but like we're not planning spirit days anymore. And so I just kind of have to just keep like, hey, remember we're going to do a dress up. But if you have other ideas, that'd be great. Last year, or maybe the year before, I had Miss A do some read alouds and we posted those on Facebook and I sent them to teachers to show their classes or to send out.
Somebody's asking if you can touch on STEAM night really fast.
Yeah. So a few years ago, I guess before COVID, so man, that's so long ago, we had OMSI come in and we paid for OMSI to come and it was science night. But I'm a huge fan of STEAM and not just focusing on science. So let's include STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And so my vision for that, and I am fine with heading this one, but really getting some support. But I want to bring in like OMSI again. I'd love to bring in like an artist to maybe work in the gym so I want like multiple activities going on all around the room. There's a robotics team that can come and like show what they do there. So I would love to get more outside community partners pulled in that way also, just to show off the opportunities that are out there in the world for STEAM. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
All right, friends, we are 4 minutes over. Anything else? All right, Friends that are here, grab some snacks on your way out. Friends that are out there, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you spending the last hour with us. Thank you. All right, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you.